So we were discussing yesterday the supply chain network design for some idea of smart mobile manufacturing company. So we were doing the data collection and the analysis. Then we are developing the different scenarios which will suit the best to our business. Wait for 2 minutes. Okay. So we are following these steps. So we have selected also the best suited configuration, and we have implemented that model which is cost effective and efficiency for the skilled labor, product supplier, manufacturing, and the KPIs. So let's go to the next slide. Okay. So what kind of data we already did the analysis, we already did by our brains or using our uh, up to like understanding. Okay, so now data collection and analysis, what types of data we needed. So firstly, we need the demand data, customer orders and forecast. So we need to search, research and explore the markets to know the demand data, the product we are launching to the market that is needed or not. Or is there any loopholes or is there any gap where we can capture that place to launch our product. Secondly, we need to have that cost data like transportation, production and inventory cost. We already did according to that we chooses the supply chain design. Also the service level data we need, delivery times, how what is the lead time for the delivery time, the reliability metrics, how the company will sustain in the market. So this kind of service level data we need, which how we are representing our product, our timings, or our reputation before the before the customer, how we are managing it. So this data is also needed. Like sometimes we go to the like notifications or poll activities where we know what is the reputation or what kind of things we need to know. So these kind of service level data is also needed to make the supply chain network design. So, and these data from where we will capture these data, we have the internal records, sales and inventory reports. If the company is already established, so we have the past sales data and the inventory reports. So how these reports, how the internal data is important for the supply chain network design. With this data is always needed. Okay. Second is market research. We always need the market research. Industry studies what industry needs. But this is why, because version is changing every time our phone have to update. the Windows, which version we are using in Windows XP, but now what we are using Windows 10, 11. So this is how the company, the needs, the time has changes. So we need to have the market analysis and what industries is needed at the time. So this data is already also needed. External databases. So the external databases are what? Which is publicly available. Firstly, the data is that, and the second is third party reports. So what are these third party reports? So there are some companies who are doing the third party analysis on behalf of different companies, like we if we switch a company or we get a job in some company, so there is a background verification is there. So some companies, so if XYZ company, if we are onboarded in that company, so that company will hire some other company to have the background with verification of the candidate that is onboarded. So like the same way these third party reports are doing. So these are the internal or very confidential reports are there, and we are paying for the to have the third party reports. So these are the sources of data by which we can collect the data, and we can do the analysis. Now data analysis techniques. Now we have the data, we gathered every data. Now how we will analyze it, what techniques we are using, because when we are doing these many data, so there are a lot of data, the sequence, many datas are there. So how we will optimize it, how we will use it to have the confined data, or what we need as an output, which is using for the network design. So there are many three types of data analysis technique. That first is statistical analysis, then there is a simulation and the optimization. So these three techniques we are widely using. So in a statistical analysis, we are identifying the trends and pattern. What the trends are going and how, what is the pattern of the demand. So this is the analysis we are doing the statistical. Also the simulation, in this we are having the different scenarios to predict the outcomes. So what can be the very good scenario and what will be the very worst scenario. So these all scenarios will be covering in the simulation technique. Thirdly, we have the optimization data. Now, now we have the simulation, we have the statistical analysis, and we have also the simulated the different predictable outcomes as well. Now, how we will optimize it? So we will find the most efficient network configuration there. So this is how we are doing the supply chain network design. We how this is the steps we are using. Okay. So network design models and tools. Now, which models and tools we are using nowadays to have a network design of the supply chain? So till now, is there any question? So this is fine. Okay. So this is very important. So firstly, we have studied the optimization model. So under optimization model, there are different methods. How we will optimize the process to have the most efficient outcome, or the most profitable outcome we can have. So we will use the optimization models there in that process. So first method is the linear programming we have. So if anyone know the linear programming, the by the name they can what they have in their minds. Tell me some points. What can be the linear programming? Anyone? Manish, Aishwarya, Akash, Vasai. What do you think about the linear programming? Where we are using? What does it mean? How we are using in the supply chain? Its concept. So no one know about a linear programming? Really? It's a mathematical. We have this in mathematics.
But there is a linear equation.
Yeah, linear equation, yes, correct. Linear equation is the linear relationship. Any two variables which are having the linear relationship, like if one variable is affected, then other will also get affected. Like if we remember the directly proportional thing. So it is kind of that method. So we are this mathematical method we are determining for the best outcome in the model with the linear relationship. We were having the different relationships with the variables and which will give the best outcome. So there we are using the linear programming. So it is how it is using in supply chain network design, how it is solving the problems. So which is related to cost minimization, we are using for the resource allocation and logistic planning. So these three things and these many things are also solving. So this linear programming is using in that way. So if the order we have this like 100 pairs of order we have, so the demand is 100 pairs of XYZ product. So the order, demand, order, and the logistics. So these three things should be aligned, and the inventory stock should be there. So these four things, if these four things are aligned, then this will be the linear programming, and this will give the best outcome that how we can reach to our customer very quickly. So how we are using it, this optimization model, what example, minimizing the transportation cost while meeting the demand at various locations. So if the same demand we need to meet at different locations, so what will be the route they will be using, which route they will the partner will go, the cargo will go, so we can have the minimization of transportation cost. So this is the linear programming. This is only the one example we are discussing here. So secondly, there is a mixed integer programming. Mixed integer programming means it is the extension. Firstly, it is the extension of linear programming where we are allowing some variables to be integers. Like if there is any variable thing, there is any variable like we don't know the exact demand or exact order. So we will assume it as an integer. Like if we having 50, 45 or something 4.5, if that comes in the decimal thing, if the demand is, so we will make it or approximate it into the integer, the whole number, the full whole number. So this is useful in network design where the decisions are binary, where we are having yes or no. So the where the output, where the outcome we have yes or no thing, then we will use this MIP based integer programming, or where the quantities must be whole numbers. So examples, if we have many shipments, so how we will decide the how many trucks we will use. So this programming or this method we can use to know the number of trucks to dispatch to a distribution center, because the fractional trucks cannot be possible. So maybe the truck will not be fully loaded, but we must have the whole number. The number of trucks should be the whole number. So this is how we are using the mixed integer programming, where we can decide the number of trucks, or there are many decisions we need to take in the supply chain network design, where we have to yes or no thing. Because sometimes what happen, like we if we need to deliver some product on urgent basis, so if we or sometimes we have to like split the address. Sometimes the at the time of delivery the customer changes the delivery of location or location of the delivery of the location. Okay, so what at that time what happened? We can, so at that time we need to take the decision. Let yes, we can take the delivery to that location or not. So there are two options. We what we can do. first, yes, we can deliver to the different location, or no, that we can't. We can only deliver the product on the same location that will be provided earlier. So these are some decisions are there where where the which is also customized as per the customer demand. This is also the customized thing. So if that is profitable to the business, then it's fine, we can do it. So also we have to, like, in the daily basis when we order something, or sometimes what happen, like we need it on the 20th of August, but so and sometimes we on a very quick or in the hurry tone, what we did, we placed the order and it is on in the transit. But when we see the delivery date, which is not on the 20th of August, so what we do, we will cancel the item, or sometimes the item cancelled, or sometimes it is not, because it is already in the in transit position. So at that time, the smart tools which are which company are using, so they did the binary, so they using this programming MIP, so to have the yes or no answer to the customer, so we can do it or not. So there are many decisions, many things by which these optimization models are using. Any questions here? I'm audible,
What?
huh?
Yeah, you are doing. What is the difference between a linear program and mixed integral program, MIP and LP?
Yes. So MIP, LP is the linear programming. This is the directly proportional relationship we are using. This is doing, if we are minimizing 5 sets, then the same will be replica into the order or the outcome. If the input is 5, then it will outcome it will also be 5. There we have also the 5.5, the integer, the decimal, everything can be used in the linear programming. So here the model, the decisions which will be taking using the linear programming are different, which will be using for the minimizing the transportation costs. Like this is the one example. But in the mixed integer programming, what we are using, we we let's say that if we take some variables in the programming, so this is something technical thing. This is we need to do like the programming in maths, in like in small standards. What we are doing, we are having the variable x y z to have the outcome, to have the outcome of that variable. So the same way we are using in the mixed integer programming, but that is the programming only. We are not doing it the like manual. No, no. So we are using the Python, C, SQL, Java. These things we are using to have the outcome in the binary way. So here, deciding the number of trucks to dispatch to a distribution center. So here we need a number. Okay. But in the linear programming, we are doing the exactly X directly proportional to Y. So this is the different, we use this for the different decisions, and the mixed MIP we are using for the different decisions, where we are using, where we don't know what kind of like, that is why we are assuming xyz variable to have its number. So if we have 100 pairs, so which type of carton we use, which type of packaging material will be used. So this programming will help us to know the answer, and how many cartons will use. Like if one carton having the 40 sets, 40 pairs or 40 boxes, then how many we can use for the different number of quantities. So here we will have the answer in the integer, in the whole number form. But in the linear programming, it is using for the minimizing the cost. It is using the linear relationships, not for the exact number or whole number answers. So, Manish, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anyone else?
I have one more other question, ma'am. In linear program, is uh, anything's impact, like it is a directly proportional, so any time or customer relationship, other things are the impact in linear programming?
Look, customer service or these things are not like we cannot have the customer service using the programming. So that is the psychological thing. That is the in-person thing. That is different. So for the service level, we can't use it. We are using it for the minimizing the cost, minimizing the error factors which we can have, or error or the bottlenecks we can have in the process. So this is where we are using the linear programming. So how smoothly the process will go. So
Hmm.
this is using where we are using. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. So uh, next slide or any questions?
No, ma'am, please move forward.
So now the simulation models. So simulation models are the first method is discrete event simulation. So discrete means what do you think about the discrete word? Anyone? Discrete event. These both. What do you think? Discrete event means. Manish, Akash, anyone? Santosh. So discrete means different types of events. Okay. I mean the small events. So discrete event simulation models where the operations of the supply chains, where we have the sequence or the series we are having. So when we are using the simulation model, so we must have the sequence. We must have the series of the events, like in the supply chain, if we know when the arrival will happen, when we will go to the departure, and the processing of goods. So it is the series of operations when we place the order to the factory, when what is the work in progress. Thirdly, when they will dispatch the material. Thirdly, when it will reach to our delivery location, reach to our warehouse, and then we will then the order processing will complete, and we will give the notification to the packaging team to pack it and deliver it to the customer. Or then we have the pickup of the order by the delivery partner, then it will go to the delivery, then it will go to the customer. So there is a sequence of event where we are using the discrete event simulation. So why we are using it? So it helps to analyze the performance of the network under various scenarios. So uh, if which scenario or which sequence is the best suited, or it is the best optimized to use it, where we can like low the time, where we can have the maximum quality, where we have the less procurement purchasing money, so which is directly we are having for the business good business profit. So we are using the discrete event simulation. So what is the performance, how we can easily or smoothly we can deliver the product to our customer. So it will evaluate the performance and in the different scenarios, or which route will be the best suited for the, because if one product is in different part of the country and it we have to deliver it to different part, like from Bangalore we need to deliver that product to Delhi. So which route they are using, which route is best to like to decrease the delay times, to decrease the lead time, to decrease the delivery times, and increase the quality, and make the more satisfaction to the customer. So this is the discrete event simulation. So like the example, simulating the flow of products through a distribution center to identify the bottlenecks and improve the throughput. So there are the many warehouses or third party warehouses different companies are using. Yeah, so if we need to deliver some product from one part to different part of the country, so which third party warehouse they will use to deliver the product for the one go, then that warehouse will go to the different. So mostly what happen, if there is any delivery from the Bangalore, so they will maybe they will have the air transport they are using, where they are doing the consolidation. Then that will come to the Gurgaon warehouses, where in Manesar, Farooq Nagar, there are different warehouses there. Then it will come to the different to the Delhi. So there are more main warehouses are in Delhi NCR, mainly for the north region to distribute the product. So this simulation, this distribution, or this flow of the product, where we can easily reach or smoothly reach to the customer in having the less delay times and good quality. So, and with no error or with no quality issues can raise to the customer. So this kind of model we are using there. So every company or not every company, different, it is basically it is using as per the business model. So where they are using the flow of products, there is a sequence, there is a delivery, mostly the delivery partners or delivery companies are using this model. Now the second one is heuristic method. So this is very important, and this is new, something new. So here it is, they are using the genetic algorithms. So if anyone know about the genetic algorithm, this is something new, but this is very interesting as well. So anyone know about genetic algorithm? Anyone heard about this heuristic methods before? No one know. Anyone have heard about heuristic methods before? Manish, Akash, Aishwarya, Sivasai, Santosh.
First time I heard about a history method.
Okay. So this is this is very important. If we know about the Darwin theory or the evolution theory that we read in the 10th class or 10th standard, so that we know about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that principle, what principle they are using, they are the same principle we are using in the heuristic methods. That is the evolution technique. So these are the genetic algorithms are inspired by the process of natural selection. So here, what they are doing, like Darwin theory is saying, the first instance will be the second instance, the next instance will be the better from the first one. So this is something the natural selection which is doing the which is done by the nature. But here this is the genetic algorithms. We named them as a genetic algorithm. So this is done by the AI only. What they are doing, we named as a genetic algorithm. So these are inspired by the process of natural selection. They are doing the natural selection, and using those selection we are having the outcome. So if so what they are using, they use the evolutionary techniques to find the optimal or near optimal solutions to complex problem, especially where the traditional optimization methods struggle. So this is very unpredictable process, or their AI is using it. I mean, the natural selection they are doing. So for the optimal process, or for the nearby, like approximate, they are doing the best to best outcomes. And this is the never ending. This is the loop algorithm. If the outcome is like we are minimizing the error, if the delay times or the delay times of the delivery, we can decrease. Like if in first day they are, this is doing the 100 not if it is in first go it is doing the 98%, then in the second delivery or in the second process it will go to the 99%. So it will improve the day by day. How they and which and how they are improving day by day, they are using the natural selection and evolutionary techniques, and done by the AI. So this is the genetic algorithm. This is very new this time, very new to the market, heuristic methods. So if you have some time, so search on it. You will find it very interesting. So where the traditional optimization method struggle. So this genetic algorithm, why? Because this is the never ending loop. Like if first day they are having the 98% of efficiency, then at second day they will go to the 99%, or it will improve and improve. And here we don't have to watch it. We don't have to do it from the first then to last. No, it will happen by its own. It will happen like it, because it is the never ending loop we are using. That is why we are having this heuristic methods. We have given this to name. So example, in supply chain where we are, because but this method is very new to the market, and very less companies are using this method, just genetic algorithms. So example, designing a supply chain network that balances cost and service level by evolving, selecting the best solution over the multiple generations. So there will be the different, I mean, if I don't know if anyone know, there is a complexities we have in the algorithms. This is something CS or IT related thing. So there are different kinds of algorithm, and every algorithms, the timing, we have the complexity matrix, which is having the definition or the formula. So we are having the like crores of patterns, crores of the scenarios to evaluate the complexities of the algorithm. So at that time, if the multiple, we have the different solution, and which is the best suited, that we will apply to the supply chain network design. So to cost and service levels, so to balance the cost and service levels by involving selecting the best solutions over the multiple generation, there will be multiple answers, there will be multiple generations, but which is the best suited to the supply chain, we will select that. So this is very new, and this is very not common in the industry, but we are working on this. But the results over any method or simulation or optimization method, this is the best, very best giving result method, that is genetic algorithm. So other methods are also fine, which is we are using in the day-to-day life, or in the upcoming more and more commonly used. But this is something new, and the efficiency, the results this method is giving is very, very nice than to other methods. Okay. So any questions or search about this heuristic methods? I will suggest you, all of you. So anyone, any questions? So these all methods we are using. So these companies are different, using different methods, which is using, which is suiting their business model or the product. So that this is not something manual thing. This is the tools, or this is the programming. This is the software department. The developers are using these programming or simulation methods. Or if you like want to learn it, then search about it, that which model is most commonly used in the different companies, so which will help you in the career growth. So this you have to research. So this is clear, this is fine, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So the taboo search is also a, it is also the iterative method. Iterative means it is also the loop method, that explore the solution space for an optimization problem by moving from one potential solution to another while avoiding cycles. This is also, this is taboo search. It is the extension of genetic algorithms. Like it is having the different patterns, or different what I say, different patterns or different scenarios, and we will select the best one. And the taboo search is the extension of the algorithm, genetic algorithm, where what they are doing, we are having the, this is also the iterative method, that is the never ending loop. So this explores, this taboo search is doing, they are having the avoiding cycles, because when we do the algorithm, when the one algorithm is working never ending loop, in the never ending loop, so we have the many cycles, so the complexity will increase and the time taken to process the algorithm will increase. So taboo search, what happened, what it did, it explores the solution space for an optimization problem by moving from one potential solution to another. I mean, what taboo search is doing, it is not like if the one algorithm is going on and on. So what is it is doing? It will use every algorithm, or every answer, or every outcome of the algorithm, so which will have the best optimization answer, it will use it while avoiding the cycles. If we, like if one algorithm will work, then second answer will come, then the third loop will come. There are different use cases, if you know, like if we have the number of warehouses, 10 number of warehouses, then it will also go for the 11 10 to 100 of warehouses, or 10 to 1 warehouses. Okay, if where which model is suited, if we can less the number of warehouses, or we can increase the number of warehouses. So what the taboo search will do, it will not go on one algorithm. It will take the answer or take the outcome from every kind, every time when it will goes to the search, one algorithm. So it will avoid the cycle time, because the if the number of search is more, then the complexity of the algorithm will increase. So taboo search solves this problem. So it's particularly useful for escaping the local optimal in complex network design problem. If there is a, like if we talk about the circuit houses or the big circuit houses, so there is a very complex network they are using. So what taboo search will do, it will use the most useful circuit there from the complex network design. So the most complex network design, where we have the more complexities, more time delays, or more different kind of outcomes, that where we are using the taboo search. So it is more uh, influenced, or more profitable, or what I say, more useful than heuristic methods as well. So this is also very new technique, but this is we are using. Example, optimizing the transportation network by iteratively adjusting routes and avoiding previous configuration that did not yield the improvements. Yes. So there is a very important example is there, where is the one marketing guy need to market advertise some product. So in a day it has to, it has to cover 100 of the customers to market their product. So which route they will use? So which like in one day it is not able to complete 100 of the customers there. So how it will increase the number of customers day by day? If in one day it completes only 20 of the customers, then in second day which method they will use, which route it will use to have the more and more number of customers. Like also when we are using the Blinkit, when we are using the Ola, Uber, these all, so they are also using this technique by optimizing, by adjusting the routes. Because if we book one ride for in a day, so it will use one route. But if it will take the more time, then the smart models, these taboo search or these techniques will use, and in the next day if you take the ride, it will it will make adjust the route and make the process or make the route in the less time. So this avoid the previous configuration. If the previous configuration is not yielding the improvements, like if I have to reach to some location in 10 minutes, but the route is not able to do in the 10 minutes, then the previous scenario will be rejected, and the new scenario will come, which will like not in 10 minutes, but up to 10 minutes it will not 10 minutes, then it will go to 12 minutes or 13 minutes. So the efficiency, the improvement, the outcome will be more close to the expectations. So this is why, this is where we are using the taboo search, and this example is very trending nowadays, optimizing the transportation network. So this is mostly we are using in the transportation network, where we can improve this day by day by avoiding the previous configuration problems and having the new one. So there we are using the taboo search. You can also search, explore about this method. This is also new and more modernized or more useful than heuristic method, the genetic algorithm. So this is also clear. Anyone problem? If I'm clear, or I need to give more examples.
Give me another example.
So for taboo search,
Yes.
okay. So taboo search, firstly, you understand what taboo search is doing.
No, please include it also.
Okay, so maybe you can also not understand, but because it is depending on the algorithms. Firstly, you know the algorithm. What does it mean?
Uh,
Algorithm.
yes, but in a perspective of a math.
No, it is not maths now. The maths we are having in the programming that I did do for the example. This is programming is a different thing. We are using here the algorithms. First we have the algorithm, then we do the programming as per the algorithm. Okay, but that is why we are having the time saving here, because we are not using the programming in the heuristic methods. That is why they are in more commonly used. So we are only working on the algorithm. We eliminated the programming thing, which is the time taking process. Because if a developer we will take, it will do the programming after having the algorithm, it will take time, and it will also decrease the efficiency. So nowadays heuristic methods using the algorithm directly, they don't need the programming. So Manish, tell me, you know algorithm about.
No, ma'am.
So algorithm, it is the set of kind of set of rules or set of flow of products. Like it is a flow of chart flow. पता है? Flow of chart.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it is the same thing we are using. Like if we have the one variable, then if we want to add something, so that variable will add. Okay, the answer will be in the second. So we will have these three variables there: x, y, z, where z will store the sum of the two variables. Okay, so this is how the flow chart will come, which we call as the algorithm. So the programming part will cut. If you know C or C++, where we first have the flowcharts, the algorithms, then we have the, as per the algorithm, we will use done the programming, then programming will do in the computer or using uh, different softwares where they will run. Okay, but here we are using the raw algorithms. So the taboo search, what it is doing, it is not using the every case, it is using the every case of the algorithm. Like if we are if you know, in the maths we are doing the definite or indefinite integrals where we are giving the limits, if you
Yes.
remember.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So we, what they are doing, if we, there was in maths there is a limit from 0 to 1. So we are
Mm.
doing the, we are having the cumulative or the whole whole answer for from 0 to 1. Okay, so
Mm.
this is also doing the same thing. So for 0, if 0 to 10, there are 11 kind of answers we have. Okay, so what it is using, it is not doing the cumulative thing, it is not adding every variable, but it is working on the 0, 1, 2, 3. So firstly, it will use the zero variable thing. Okay, if the answer is fine, it is okay. If that is not fine, it will go to for the one variable, then two, then three, then four. So it will work in that way. So it is also called the iterative method, which is the never ending loop. If 10 is also not the fine, then it will go to up to it. So this is how the taboo search is working, to avoiding the cycle time. Is it like understand, or I will also explain it in the next
Okay. Next
session?
class, I will go through the Google, and next class
Ha.
I will ask.
Ask, yes. So I will suggest every student to search for the heuristic methods and the taboo search. These two methods are very new to industry and are very useful than the traditional methods we are using, because they are based on the algorithms, based on the AI, and based on the iterative methods. So the answer, the outcome, the efficiency is very close to the expected outcomes. So that this is the mostly we are using nowadays. I mean, this is the future if we will use it, the design models and tools. Okay, so these are the software tools we already know: SAP, Oracle, Lamasoft, JDA. Now it is a part of Blue Yonder. So I will cover these two slides in next session. And please write down these two names: heuristic methods and the taboo search, and search on it. If any questions, I will love to answer. So any more questions?
Hello, ma'am.
And yes.
Actually, it's a normal question. Actually, nowadays, what we can see in a
Hmm.
place town or rural area, we cannot get a delivery. But some of the company like
Hmm.
Flipkart, they
Hmm.
deliver. But why
Yes.
not other are doing? Why unable they are doing?
Because Flipkart, Myntra, these companies are working countrywide, you know. these companies are having many customers, their revenue growth, their number of customers, their number of deliveries are too much. So they are having the bigger and bigger network. You can, so that is why the delivery partner will go to into the rural areas as well. But for the different companies, those who are evolving in the developing phase, they are not able to do this much of risk, because if you go to the rural area, or the risk associated with it, so many risk, many costs are associated, but the big companies can bear it, but the small companies are not, because they are in the developing phase. So that is why the small companies, the small website or platforms who are delivering, like Bewakoof.com, they are delivering the t-shirts, the customized t-shirts. So they are not reaching to the rural areas, because they are not able to, they are not bearing, the risk capacity is low, and the network is also not very wide and robust with their delivery partners. So because why, they are in the delivery, they are in the developing phase. Once they have developed, they will yeah, million or billion uh, uh, of company, then it will happen, then it can use to deliver their products into rural. And also it is depending on the total addressable market. What is your TAM? Like if we are launching very high price of product, then only we are targeting to the creamy layer of the population, like the Apple one. So Apple company, what it is doing, it is only targeting the target addressable market. There is the creamy layer of the population. So the model, the TAM of the product is different as per the product, and as it is also depending on the different companies. So that is why the rural areas only delivering the Flipkart and Myntra, the big companies. So Manish, is it clear? You get your answer.
Yeah, yeah. But actually, I would like to suggest or give my opinion. So they should
Mhm.
tie up Indian Post, Speed Post. They take us some extra charges as they are taking a delivery charges. Uh, they add some extra charges like 50 rupees. They uh, go through the Speed Post. Every village has a post office. They can deliver there at home. Those who are unable, those who are not taking a risk, they take that step.
But when the demand of the product from different areas or from rural areas are less, then the company will not, take the importance, or will not, because if you like if you are using energy or using money in that part of the area where the demand is less, then that energy, that effort will go in vain. So what company is doing, they, where there the demand is high, where the customers are like ready to pay the high price, they will use more watchful to those areas, not to the rural areas. Or they will also not tie up with the government, the Speed Post, because India Post and Speed Post, the condition of their the postal deliveries are not very good. If if there is any government documents we need to have, like my passport was also delaying for the 1 week, and it was in their warehouse or in their postal warehouse. So the condition of India Post is not that healthy. So that suggestion is also not helpful for the different small companies. Manish. Okay.
Similarly, one case happened with me. Actually, I order one medicine, a homeopathic medicine, but actually
Okay.
their stores you will able to free delivery charge after 500. And
Hmm.
there is one condition, there is a hidden condition.
Hmm.
Actually, I order a pay after payment delivery. So there is
Okay.
a 50 rupees extra charges.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So,
pay
so
online that
they will,
on the
yeah.
yeah.
So company will not bear the charges. Na? They will not do the business in loss. They are doing business for
No,
the
no, no, no.
profits.
But there is a one fruitful point. Actually, you pay before a delivery on the spot.
Hmm.
Just out during. There is no any charge. Delivery charge
Hmm.
is a free of cost. But you
Yeah.
pay after delivery, then they take up extra rupee, extra amount. So I
Yeah.
also saw the first time I could see.
Yeah, so there are many scenarios in the delivery locations or delivery. So I will also discuss them. One case is also happened with me. I will discuss in the next section because the time is also already up. So I will continue in the next sessions. If you have
Sure.
any questions, do the research, do the taboo search research and the heuristic method because they are very booming nowadays. So have it, research it, and we'll discuss in next sessions. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sure.
So thank you everyone. Thank you so much and leaving for the day.